over Edison. In the back line, Thiago Silva, one of the leaders of this team, leader of Chelsea, has had a great season so far. Casemiro in midfield, fantastic midfielder, defensive midfielder, has had a great season so far for Manchester United. And then you have Neymar, the superstar, the creative player, the goal scorer. Up front, the front three, Rafinha, Richarlison, and Vinicius Jr. What a front three that is for Brazil. They are going to be an attacking threat, no doubt.
It has been 20 years since Brazil last lifted the World Cup trophy. In each of the last 4 World Cups, they crashed out against the first European team that they faced in the knockout stage. The most recent of those defeats, courtesy of Belgium in the quarterfinals 4 years ago. The 2-1 final in Kazan meant the end of the Brazilian-Russian adventure. Serbia ranked 21st in the world. Here's how they begin their match.
All right, here we go. Scratch that itch, my friend. Goalkeeper, Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Dragan Stojkovic has used a bunch of goalkeepers. So Milinkovic-Savic from Torino, 7 caps, 25 years old. In the back here, keep an eye on Strahina Pavlovic, playing in Salzburg, 21 years old, but definitely in the shop window, 6'4", really aggressive. 6'4", also in the midfield. The other Milinkovic-Savic playing for Lazio, 36 caps, 6 goals. He sees himself as more of a Yaya Toure, but it's really up top when you talk about Tadic, the captain from Ajax, 91 caps, 20 goals, 34 years old. He's the creative force. Now, Dusan Vlahovic was going to start. He is hurt. We thought that Mitrovic was not going to start because he is hurt, but Mitrovic is in. The Fulham player, 76 caps, 50 goals. My goodness, my goodness.
Did you scratch all the itches over there?
Absolutely.
Attaboy. For more on this one, we make the short trek to Lusail Stadium. Check in with the pair that's going to call it for you. Our good friends John Strong, U.S. World Cup vet Stu Holden. Hi, guys.
Hey, Rob, you know, it's probably the most famous jersey in the entire sports world, the canary yellow shirt of Brazil. But with it comes an awful lot of pressure, an awful lot of responsibility. Make no mistake, this Brazil team is expected to win this World Cup by their entire home country. So do they have the guys to do it?
If they didn't, they would still be expected to win. And that is the reality when you put on that yellow shirt and you represent Brazil. You heard Annie listing off 3 forwards. At times they play with 5 forwards. They have 9 forwards listed on this roster. Only 2 of those have World Cup experience. You don't worry about Brazil and attack. They're going to score goals. It's defensively where you're going to find out against this team. In the group stage, they've had success. It's when they get to the quarters, and you heard Rob referencing that Belgium loss in the quarterfinals, when a team hits them on the counterattack. Serbia is capable of that. They have some speed in the attack, and if Brazil get caught with all the numbers forward and they're not scoring goals, they're getting impatient, they start to open up a little bit. So I don't worry about Brazil now. I still expect them to win the group, but I'm interested to see how the defense looks, not as much as the attack, as I expect them to score a lot of goals.
And a chance for some history tonight. Neymar just 2 goals away from Pelé's all-time Brazilian goal-scoring record. For more on that part of the story, we go down to the field, say hello to Jenny Taft. Jenny?
All right, John, thank you. Well, here's the truth. Neymar hasn't been shying away about talking about that record because he plans to beat it. And just last month, he told the press, I'm going to tell my teammates to help me score those goals because I want to get to that point. But the reality of this situation is this is a different Neymar than who we saw 4 years ago at the World Cup. Brazil head coach Chichi has said that he is so much more mature. He's been leading this team and doing so in a very impressive way. But since arriving in Qatar, he actually hasn't spoken to the media at all. He's very focused and he's allowing his teammates to do the talking. Fellow forward Richarlison said this: we want to win another World Cup. Neymar wants to win another World Cup, and we understand that he's going to do whatever it takes to help us get there. A happy Neymar is a happy team, and that is what's most important. Rob?
All right, Jenny, thank you. Neymar and Brazil unbeaten in their last 15 World Cup group matches. The last defeat came to Norway all the way back in 1998. Kickoff under 32 minutes away. The U.S. in action tomorrow night. It's their second group game, and it is a Black Friday special with England. We'll look ahead to that one coming up after the break.
Hey.
Qué partidazo we're watching.
time and time again about understanding your opponent. And there's a lot of guys that play in England. Pulisic playing at Chelsea, Brendan Aronson playing at Leeds, Tyler Adams playing at Leeds, Tim Ream playing at Fulham, Jedi Robinson playing at Fulham, Matt Turner playing at Arsenal, and as you mentioned, Josh Sargent playing at Norwich in the Championship. So they understand it. There's almost this little brother type of dynamic here with England and all the connections that we have, whether it's players, coaches, owners, and obviously the influence. And little brother's growing up, and maybe they know a whole lot about Big Brother.
Yeah, Big Brother maybe tired of getting his feathers ruffled in the corners, ready to fight back. World Cup on everybody's mind these days. 6 different cities across the U.S. lit up in U.S. national team colors. Of course, massive television ratings. We saw it already and expect it to continue tomorrow night ahead of that huge game versus England. Those Fox World Cup globes popping up all over the U.S., including in L.A. That's right outside SoFi Stadium, which will be hosting games for the 2026 World Cup, which is in Canada, U.S., and Mexico. Hoping and assuming a lot of folks are going to be tuned in to Fox over the next couple days. Great reason to. How about this stretch? Still to come today, Saquon Barkley and the Giants, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys from Big D, a massive NFC East showdown with playoff implications. We remind you again, 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow here on Fox. Our coverage begins. England and the United States. England currently on top of Group B. The U.S. trying to surpass them Saturday. Number 3 Michigan, number 2 Ohio State. Battle inside the Horseshoe of Columbus. Both teams 11-0. A winner goes to the Big Ten championship game and most likely to the college football playoffs. Special 3-hour big noon kickoff show to get you ready for that one. And then Sunday, one of the NFL's biggest stars under center, Patrick Mahomes, leads the Kansas City Chiefs against your defending Super Bowl champion L.A. Rams. Oh, by the way, the Super Bowl on Fox Sports early next year. Neymar on Fox Sports coming up in about 23 minutes. It's Brazil and Serbia.
'22 FIFA World Cup today on Fox is presented by Google Pixel.
The chicken always seems to be a big favorite. People love it.
You're not pulling it out of a box. You're making food.
Yeah. I like being able to put pride in my food and pride in my work. You get to walk right in. You see me making your chicken. This is going to be in your bowl.
This is it.
This is it. This is it.
Thanksgiving in Big D. Highlight of the season.
It's a big stage vibe.
I'm fired up. This is Giants Cowboys. This is a great rivalry.
Let's go!
Giants Cowboys today on Fox.
Tomorrow, the biggest World Cup showdown kicks off on Fox. Christian Pulisic leads the Stars and Stripes against the unstoppable Harry Kane and global powerhouse England. Team USA face their toughest test of the tournament with everything on the line and a chance to shock the world. USA England. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1 Eastern live on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And catch up on any match for free on Tubi.
It's the dawn of a new decade. Find out how Shatkin mini dental implants will change your life. Watch Innovations in Health with Dr. Todd Shatkin at these times on WNYO, My TV.
I'm William Attar. I'm an easy
Richarlison getting the nod against Serbia tonight. He has found the back of the net 7 times in Brazil's last 6 games. His task now is to perform on the game's biggest stage, something Brazilian center forwards like Romario and Ronaldo have done in the past en route to World Cup titles. Tonight, though, we begin to find out if the 25-year-old Richarlison is up to the challenge.
A atmosfera tá boa. A gente sente que o torcedor está com a gente. A gente vê eles mandando mensagem de força para a gente querer vencer, né? Então acho que a gente vai fazer de tudo aí para que a gente possa levar a felicidade para eles também. Meu gol favorito? Vou colocar o da final da Copa América.
Penalty for Brazil.
Porque a partir do momento que eu quis ser um jogador de futebol, eu sabia que a pressão viria a todo momento. E foi um gol onde estava valendo o título ali e, querendo ou não, o Maracanã lotado, eu com apenas 21 anos ali.
It might win them the trophy here. And there's Richarlison. Just too much power.
Foi um dos meus gols favoritos.
Now it's the samba party.
Com essa camisa eu me sinto bem, né? Quanto mais eu visto ela, mais gols saem. Então espero que possa continuar assim, né? Fazendo muitos gols.
Richarlison, here he is again. Richarlison.
Espero de um jogo ofensivo, alegre, né? O jeito brasileiro.
Left it for Costa. Costa to Neymar for the dagger.
Ganhar não sei, mas a gente vai fazer de tudo para que a gente possa fazer o nosso melhor e levar a alegria para o nosso torcedor.
Richarlison certainly not the only Brazilian attacker in good form of late. This team loaded with weapons. As evidenced by the recent scores, Brazil, they have found the back of the net 26 times over the course of their last 7 games. A kickoff in 17. And for a second straight World Cup, the Serbs grouped not only with Brazil, but also Switzerland. They missed out on the knockout stage 4 years ago. Can they change that story here in Qatar?
The world doesn't come together like this very often. But when it does, the results can be extraordinary. Qatar is committed to that idea and growing its potential.
is Philippe Scolari.
They tried to carry on after 2014 as if, all right, we've just spilt some wine on the carpet, but we'll clean it up. But that red wine stain, no, it doesn't come out. It still doesn't really have a track record. Years ago, perhaps almost the most stereotypically South American footballer on the field was Eden Hazard. He plays for Belgium.
The reality is the rest of the world has caught up with South America.
That means